first thing that's going to be hard with absolute values for you, just getting used to seeing them. They're straight bars that go straight up and down. They're not as nice as brackets, because if you had brackets in a question like A, the first bracket would look like this. The second bracket would look like that. And you would know where one ended and the other one began, right? Because they kind of closed them. But the absolute values are straight up and down. I don't know, you may want to take out different colors. And if I make this one blue, where does it end? It ends right here. And then I hit another absolute value. Well, this one is another start, and it ends here. Because sometimes students will go, oh, there's a -2 inside of absolute values. I'll make that +2 because there's only one number. And then you've done the order the wrong way. So you have to go from left to right. The first absolute value bar I made in blue. Where does it end? It ends at just after the 13. I can't make this -2 +2 in between because those absolute value bars don't go together. I have to think of absolute value bars also as brackets. Do the operations inside. So what is -26 plus 13? -13. There's my blue ones. -2. I'll keep that in black because that's not in my color codes here. Then I get to my green ones. What is 10 minus 16? -6. Okay. Now we've got single numbers inside of our absolute value bars. Okay. Now we can evaluate them. And what I'm going to do with questions that have multiple absolute values, when I evaluate them, I'm going to just put them into brackets. What is -13? That's 13. I still have -2. And what's -6? 6. The reason I put them into brackets is so that you can see afterwards what operations are still there. Because this -2 right here, there's no x, there's no dot. I could add it. That means -2 times whatever that answer is. So once I get it to this next step, now I can say, all right, this is 13. -2 times 6 is -12. 13 minus 12 is 1. And that's my final answer. We'll do part B. Slide this down a bit. Oops. For B, we're solving this when x is -2. We have an absolute value bar here. I'm going to put it in blue. When I go across, it ends there. There's only one set of absolute value bars, so this isn't as complicated as the last one. Put my absolute value bar there. Got a -2, and then instead of x, I'll plug in a +2. And all of that is inside those blue absolute value bars. Again, we do all of the operations inside the absolute value bars first until we get to a single number before we can apply the absolute value. So here, I'm going to rewrite them. Because I'm going to do this inside order of operations. 2 squared is 4 times -2. That'll be -8. -3 times 2 will be -6. And I still have -4. Keep my absolute value bars because I still have operations to do inside. -14 minus 4, -18. Now I have a single number. What is the absolute value of -18? +18. So of all the questions that we've done so far, these are probably the most important ones to practice. And you can do 12, 13, and 14. And we have the rest of class to work on those.